Hi, everybody. Welcome to a basic flow class with me, Sarah. I did have a request to do a little bit of focusing on knees, specifically practicing for people who might have sore knees. There's a lot of reason to have sore knees. Definitely make sure that you've checked with your doctor for any injury or anything that might be going on seriously in your knees. But oftentimes what's happening around the knees, we need to address what's going on below the knees as well as above the knees in order to bring some stability and hopefully some relief to the joint. So that means both strengthening around the knees as well as lengthening and stretching around the knees. We're going to be starting off today in a posture that is a modification or a change away from child's pose. Child's pose brings a deep bend into the knees, and sometimes if people have sore knees, that's not the greatest place to be. So this is called reverse shavasana, reverse corpse pose, and basically it's just lying flat down on your abdomen. If you do not care for this posture and would prefer child's pose, you are definitely welcome to take that if that is your preference. So if it is okay for your body, you're gonna come down to lie flat on the abdomen with the legs extended out behind you. Legs do not need to be together. They don't need to be far apart. Just let them place what feels good for your body. Now, I do suggest that you create some support for underneath your forehead. The easiest thing to do is to stack your hands and to rest your forehead down. This brings the neck into an even opening along its sides, so you're not turning to one side or the other and perhaps straining one side of the neck. The other thing is it allows you to breathe through your nose, so it gives your nose a little bit of room away from the earth. So if you can, stack your hands and then bring your forehead to rest on your stacked hands. And just wiggle it out a little bit, maybe side to side, and just make sure that you're feeling good in this position. Again, if you do not want to lie flat on your belly, you are welcome to come into a child's pose if that is your preference. Wherever you're at in your body, take a deep, full inhale and a nice, deep, full exhale, perhaps closing your eyes as you start to tune your awareness inside to your breath. Starting to take some long, slow, deep inhales and exhales, filling and emptying your lungs completely. You'll notice as you breathe with your abdomen connected to the earth that you feel some resistance of your abdomen into the earth as you breathe in, and then feel a release as you breathe out. If it feels okay, I encourage you to embrace that resistance on the inhalations, as this can bring strength into the respiratory muscles, specifically the diaphragm. So as you breathe in and fill up your belly with breath, that's your diaphragm, especially creating some resistance into the earth. And then as you relax, the diaphragm releases. So take a couple of breaths, just nice and slow and deep. Think of it as a little bit of weight training, so to speak, for your diaphragm, using that resistance of the earth into the belly as you breathe in, and then a gentle softening release of the muscles as you breathe out. As you continue to breathe those slow, deep, steady breaths, take a quick scan through your body and just kind of notice how everything is doing today. Noticing your back muscles, noticing your shoulders, your legs, everything from head to toe. And if you ever find yourself losing control of your breath during our practice today, make sure that you feel that you have the space to take a break in your practice, whether that's a child's pose, simply having a seat, maybe coming here onto your abdomen, or even coming onto your back. Really good options in your body to come back to the rhythm in your breath. Take one more full deep breath in. And a nice full deep breath out. And then we're going to keep the upper body exactly as it is. Bend your knees and lift your feet off the floor. Wiggle your knees a little wider than your hips if they're not already there. And then just start to windshield wiper your feet back and forth. Just starting to wake up through the hips and the lower back a little bit, creating some mobility for the lower body. Easy bend of the knees. Nothing too great, not a big contraction, just a bend there. Excellent. Rock one more time side to side. And then bring yourself back to center and release the feet back to the floor. Feel free to wiggle them in a little bit closer if you found that they got a little bit too wide apart. Good. Then from here, we're going to do a little bit of opening for the shoulder as long as we're still here on the abdomen. So begin by extending your right arm out to the side, shoulder height. And then place your left hand beside your chest, your elbow will point to the ceiling. And then turn your gaze over to the right and reach through the left fingertips. Feel the front of the chest and shoulder pressing down towards the floor. Now, if you're not feeling any stretch here and you want a little bit more, be very mindful with this. Bend your left knee and then start to roll onto the right side of your body. You might even want to place that left foot on the floor. You might want to extend both legs out nice and long. If this feels like too much on the shoulder, you can simply come back to your belly, or if it feels like just a little bit too much, you can bring your hand down a little bit closer towards your feet. So again, finding that opening through the front of the chest and the shoulder. Take one more big inhale. And as you exhale, unwind, coming back onto your abdomen if you're not already there, and we'll take the other side. So go ahead and extend your left arm out to the side, shoulder height. Shift your gaze to look out over your right hand. Bend your right elbow and place your right hand beside your chest. You might want to stay here, just pressing the front of the left shoulder and chest towards the floor. If you would like more sensation in your body, bend your right knee, kick your heel up towards the sky, and then roll slowly onto your left side. You can place your foot on the floor. You can extend both legs out nice and long. Make sure your head and neck are relaxed, and that's your breathing. Remember, if you're feeling just a little bit too much sensation, you can walk your left hand down a little bit closer towards your feet. Make sure to breathe. Good. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, unwind back to your abdomen if you're not already there, and then have both hands underneath your shoulders. With an inhale, slowly press to your knees. We're coming into tabletop. Now, if some of your knee issues are simply because you feel some sensitivity around your knee joint, that's really, really common. I suggest that you either place a pillow, maybe not a pillow, a blanket, maybe a folded towel. If you don't have any of those available, you could always just take your mat and fold it up once or twice and just have that as a little bit of extra padding for underneath your knees. If it's a sensitivity issue, just create a little bit of extra padding there. But find your hands in knee position, making sure shoulders are over wrists, hips are over knees, wrist creases are parallel. Press down firmly through the inside of the hands, press the floor away, activate the arms up to the shoulders. Please watch out for hyperextended elbows, micro bend there is needed for your body. Move through a few rounds of cat-cow, Bidalasana, starting to move in time, body and breath working together. Take a big inhale. Exhale, tailbone to the floor. Arch your spine up to the sky and release the back of your neck. Crown of the head reaches towards the earth. Gaze is back between your knees. Inhale, lift the tail, drop the abdomen. Pull the shoulders back, chest forward, eyes forward. Keep your arms super strong, pushing the floor away. Exhale to round it out. Pull the navel to the spine, heart lifting between shoulder blades, back of the neck releasing. Inhale, lift the tail, draw the shoulders back, chest forward, eyes forward. I invite you to do about 3 more on your own. Try to move in time with your exhales into cat and your inhales into cow. So you start to create that rhythm of breath and body moving together as a unit, finding your flow. Good. After you finish your 3rd round, please take your time. We'll meet back in that tabletop position on hands and knees in a neutral spine. Good. Then extend one leg back, balls of the toes on the floor. Extend the other leg back, just a brief plank. Inhale, send the hips up and back, coming into down dog as you exhale. Hands are still flat and firm, shoulder distance apart. Ears come in line, upper arms. Gaze is back between the feet, neck is relaxed, eyes are soft. Now start to add some movement here. Bending one knee and then the other. Try to go really slow with this movement today so that you can start to feel your calf muscles stretching out. So calf muscles, if they're tight, can pull on the backs of the knees a little bit, can cause some discomfort. So take a few moments to really get the calf muscles moving, also waking up the ankles, Achilles tendon. Just ease into the stretch, noticing how you feel.
Noticing how your body responds as it moves slowly back and forth. Good. Do one more. And then find yourself in stillness. Knees can be bent for tighter hamstrings. Legs can be straight if that feels good. Take a nice deep breath in. And a nice deep breath out. Good. Then with an inhale, lift up the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Take your time. We meet at the top of the mat in a standing forward fold. Feet parallel, anywhere from together to hips distance apart. Put a bend in the knees, hips are back behind you, a squeeze to the abdomen, and let the spine, neck, and crown lower down. So as we're here for a couple of breaths in forward fold, try to keep the weight shifted ever so slightly back towards the heels. Sometimes if you pitch forward onto the toes, this can bring some pressure into the knees. So shift the weight back a little bit more towards the heels to take that pressure off the knees. Keep the knees slightly bent or deeply bent and let the spine, neck, and crown relax. Take a couple breaths here and check in with how your lower back feels today. Make sure to keep a bend in the knees and forward folds if you have a lower back injury or if it's feeling a little tender today. Then from here, root down firmly with your feet, and with an inhale, rise up, reach your arms to the sky, bring your palms together, and as you exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. Feet about parallel and hips distance apart. Good. We're going to bring some strength into the legs and a little bit of wakefulness to the feet. So getting the feet nice and healthy is also really, really essential for lower body health, including the knees. So find a point of focus for your eyes straight out in front of you. And as you inhale, lift your heels, come onto the balls of the toes and press the arches of your feet forward. Now, how high your heels lift is just determined by you, but start to notice all of the work that happens in your body. Try to keep the knees straight if possible. Notice the abdominal muscles pulling in and up, finding that point of focus. There'll be lots of wiggles, lots of shakes. That's all about finding our balance, finding our center, which changes at every second. Good. 2 more breaths. Keep the heels lifted as you can. Notice the work in your calf muscles and your thigh muscles. Take another inhale. Exhale, lower the heels to the floor. Shift the weight slightly back to the heels. Good. With an inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. As you exhale, fold forward, hinge from the hips, put a bend in the knees, hips back behind you, squeeze the belly, come down into a forward fold. Let the crown of the head relax towards the earth. Bring your hands to your shins, and with an inhale, come into a half lift. Knees might still be bent, shoulders back, chest forward, glance forward. As you exhale, bring your fingertips to the floor, keep your right foot forward, and step your left foot way back, coming into a lunge, landing on the balls of the toes. Right knee over the ankle or slightly behind it. So if you do have a knee injury or sensitive knees, you want to make sure that you're not putting too much pressure on the knee by having the knee go forward of the ankle. Shift back a little bit. Always okay to have the knee behind the ankle or right above it, but make sure it's never past it. Fingertips on the floor. If you want a block or something similar, I forgot to mention that, but that's always useful to have around. Make sure to have that as well. Maybe bringing some support underneath your hands. Fire up the back leg, reach through the back heel. Try to give a little squeeze to the left glute. Shoulders are back, chest is forward. So waking up and warming up through the legs in length and in strength. Excellent. Take a breath in. Exhale, wrists below shoulders. Brief plank. Inhale, step back. Down dog, exhale, send the hips up and back, ears in line with upper arms, look back between your feet. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good, inhale, pick up the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Try to step with the opposite foot than you did earlier. Step forward to the top of your mat. Inhale, fold forward, exhale, bend the knees, squeeze the abdomen, let the crown lower down. Press down with your feet. Inhale, rise up. Palms together, hands to heart. Right away this time, try to lift onto the balls of the toes. Press the arches of your feet forward. Find your balance. Pull the belly in. Find your focal point. Take another inhale. Exhale, lower the heels. Shift the weight slightly back to the heels. Arms overhead. Nice big inhale. Fold forward. Exhale. Hinge from the hips. Firm the abdomen. Bend knees as much as you need to. Crown of the head lowers down. Hands to shins, half lift, shoulders back. Inhale, glance forward. Exhale, fingertips to the floor. Now keep your left foot forward and take a big step back with your right foot coming into a lunge. So once again, we're checking on knee alignments, especially here. Make sure the knee is over the ankle or slightly behind it, especially if you've got any knee issues going on today. Fingertips on floor, or perhaps a handy dandy block or something similar. Reach back through the right heel, engage the right leg, squeeze through the right glute, draw the shoulders back, send your chest forward. Again, waking up and strengthening the lower body. Breathe. Excellent. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, release, wrists below shoulders. Step to plank, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Pull your hips up and back. Look back between your feet, neck relaxed. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Good. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Opposite foot steps forward. Inhale. Fold, bend the knees, squeeze the abdomen, exhale. We're going to develop this into a nice little flow, just warming up the body, helping to strengthen and lengthen around the legs, the knees, root through the feet. Inhale, rise up, palms together. As you exhale, hands to heart, rise onto the toes, press the arches of the feet forward, find your focal point. Take a breath in. Exhale, heels down, weight to the heels, arms overhead. Nice big inhale. Fold it forward, exhale, hinge from the hips, bending knees, squeezing the abdomen, crown comes down. Hands to shins, inhale, half lift. Fingertips to the floor, left foot steps back, right foot steps forward. Knee behind ankle. Now you can stay down, otherwise we're gonna add a crescent. So power through the back heel, right knee behind the toes, right over the ankle or behind it, firm the belly. Inhale, rise to crescent. Find your focal point, gazing forward, making sure the knee and toes are tracking exactly forward. So another cause of knee pain is that the knee is going in and out. Exactly forward, and again, over the ankle or slightly behind it. Push through the back heel. The more energy you give that back leg, the less pressure the front leg is gonna feel. Heart is lifted, eyes are forward. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, release, hands to the floor, step back to plank. Inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Good, inhale, pick up the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, stepping forward, opposite foot each time. Inhale, fold, abdomen firm, exhale. Root down through the feet, rise up, inhale. Palms together, hands to heart, exhale, lift the heels, press the arches of the feet forward, find your balance, find your focal point, belly firm, take a breath in. Exhale, heels down, shift the weight back towards the heels, rise up with the arms, inhale, fold forward, exhale, firm the belly, crown of the head lowers down. Good, hands to shins, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fingertips to the floor, right foot steps back, left foot stays forward. Make sure the knee is over the ankle or behind it, power through the back heel, firm the belly, you could always stay. Otherwise, we rise to that crescent. Inhale, rise to crescent. We're here for a couple of breaths. Again, focus on front knee alignment. Track the knee and center line of the toes exactly forward, knee over ankle or slightly behind it. And remember, the back leg is key as well. So the more energy you put into the back leg, the less weight and pressure you're gonna feel in that front knee. Breathing slowly, breathing deeply. Take a big inhale. Exhale, fold it forward. Step back to plank, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good, we're gonna go through that just a little bit quicker, one time, no changes. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step to your hands. Inhale, fold, firming the abdomen, exhale. Rooting through the feet, inhale, rise up. Hands to heart, rise onto the balls of the toes, press the arches of your feet forward, focus your gaze. Inhale, heels down, weight to the heels, exhale. Arms overhead, big breath in. Fold forward, exhale, big breath out. Step the left foot back, inhale. Reach to the back heel, exhale, check right knee alignment. One breath to crescent. Inhale, rise. Focus on knee stability, back leg strength. Exhale, hands to the ground, step back to plank. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, good. Right away, lift the heels. Inhale. Bend the knees, look forward, exhale, opposite foot each time. Step to your hands. Inhale, fold, exhale, rooting through the feet, rise up, inhale, hands to heart, exhale, rising onto the balls of the toes, lifting through the arches. Take a big inhale, find your balance. Exhale, drop the heels, shift the weight back, arms overhead, inhale, fold, exhale. Nice, everybody, half lift, inhale. On the exhale, step your right foot back, left foot is forward, reach through the heel, knee over ankle or behind it. Rise with an inhale, one breath, find that back leg powerful and strong. Exhale, fold it forward. Step back to plank, inhale, down dog, exhale. Now we're gonna take a little break here. If you wanna stay here in downward facing dog, please feel free to do so. Hands pressing, hips lifting. If you prefer a child's pose, lower to the knees, the tops of the feet, send back to the heels. If you're really grooving on that reverse shavasana, come all the way down to the belly, make a little pillow. We're here for 3 breaths. Find whichever posture works for you. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Wherever you're at, one more full inhale and one more full exhale. If you need more time and a break, take as much time as you need. We're meeting in downward facing dog, and then we're going to restart, change things up a little bit. So from down dog, inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Step to your hands, opposite foot every time. Inhale, fold, exhale. Now, if it is possible for you to do so, try to bring your feet and knees together. We're moving into Utkatasana, fierce pose. So bend the knees and send your hips back behind you. So knees are deeply bent now. Now it's super crucial that your knees stay behind your toes in this posture. If your knees go forward, you're gonna feel pressure on the knees, even in somebody with healthy knees. So pull the hips back, knees are behind toes. Inhale, keep the knees bent as you rise up, bring your hands together. Exhale, hands to heart. Once again, check your knee alignment. If you come up out of the posture a little bit, you're going to feel less pressure. If you lower down, you're going to feel more strength. So find the place that works for you. Knees are bent, knees and toes tracking forward. Weight to the heels. Awesome. Now, again, to get that more strength around the knees, we're going to come back into that balancing position that we did earlier with straight legs, but now we're keeping the knees bent. It's going to be more challenging for your quadriceps, more strengthening. Pull the belly in. Start to shift forward onto the balls of the toes, and if possible, pick up the heels. Press the arches of the feet forward. Now, knees might be right over toes at this point. That's okay as long as your knees are all right. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Press the arches of the feet as much as you can forward. Fix your point of focal point. Pull the navel to the spine. Take one more inhale. Lower the heels. Exhale. Shift weight to the heels. Stand up nice and slow. Straighten the arms, straighten the legs, reach everything to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, hinge from the hips, bend knees as needed, crown of the head lowers. Hands on shins. Inhale, half lift. This time, exhale, wrists below shoulders, step back to plank. If you'd like to go to down dog, that's great. Otherwise, on the exhale, gently ease your knees to the floor. Sometimes placing that extra padding there is helpful. Bring your chest to your thumbs, come all the way to the ground. Point your toes. Hands are underneath the shoulders, tops of the feet and hips press down. Roll the shoulders back, tuck the elbows in. And with an inhale, just a bitty cobra. We're gonna hold this cobra a little while. If you need to come out, come out. Make sure your legs are long and strong, your thigh muscles are lifting, and the hips are pressing. Now, if you are feeling too much in your knees, you might not be either pressing the tops of your feet enough or your hips enough, and your quadriceps might be overworking. So make sure the feet are also pressing and the hips are also pressing as your thighs lift off the floor and kneecaps lift off the floor. See if you can distribute the work through the whole lower chain of your body. Roll the shoulders back. If you can, inhale, lift just a little bit more. Exhale, relax your chest, your forehead back to the earth. Tuck the toes under, press into your palms. Inhale, come to the knees. Exhale, send the hips up and back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. From here, with an inhale, lift your right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your right foot forward between your hands or as close as you can get for a lunge. We're coming into similar posture as crescent, but it's a little bit more challenging. Turn the back heel down a little and drop the heel flat. Your back toes are going to be angled out towards the front corner of your mat. Feet are anywhere from heel to hips distance apart. Track the right kneecap and toes forward. Make sure the knee is over the ankle or behind it. Back leg is straight, push into the left heel. Square your body to the top of your mat. With an inhale, rise up, face the top of your mat, facing forward, warrior one. So again, looking at knee alignment, make sure the knee and toes are tracking exactly forward. You don't want the knee angling in or out. Toes and knees track. Knee is over the ankle or behind it. So if you feel that you've got more space and your knees going forward, it means you need to get your feet further apart, forward and back on your mat. Keep the back heel pressing. Try to pull up through these left thigh muscles and squeeze the left glute. Push down through the heel. That stretches your calf muscles in the back leg, which is also great for the back knee. So working the front knee and the back knee just in different ways. Take a big inhale. Exhale, fold, hands to the ground. Three-legged dog, right leg up and back to the sky. Inhale, reach it to the sky. Exhale, foot to the earth, down dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Same thing, other side. Hands are rooted into the earth, left leg. Inhale, lift it to the sky. Exhale, step the left foot forward between your hands, wiggling it up there as needed. Now take the back heel, turn it in slightly, and bring the heel flat. Again, your right toes are kind of angled up to point towards that front corner of your mat. You can have a heel to heel alignment or widen it out a little bit and have a hip alignment instead. Knee tracks over the ankle or slightly behind it. Back leg is straight, push the heel into the ground. You're looking for that calf stretch. As you're ready, inhale, rise up, facing the front of your mat, warrior one. Check to see the front kneecap and toes are tracking exactly the same direction and the knee is over the ankle or slightly behind it. Again, if you feel that you want to, maybe lengthen the distance forward to back, but keep the back heel pressing and stretch the right calf muscle. Firm the belly. Breathe. Excellent. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, fold, hands to the ground. Left leg up and back to the sky. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Opposite foot every time. Step to your hands. Inhale. Fold, exhale. If possible, bring the feet together. Bend the knees, send the hips back behind you. Weight a little more to the heels. Inhale, Utkatasana, fierce. Knees are bent, knees behind toes. Exhale, hands to heart, weight to heels. Find one point of focus, firm the belly. If possible, rise onto the balls of the toes. Press the arches of the feet forward. Squeeze the inner thighs and knees together. Again, firing up all those muscles around the knees. Fix your focal point. Take a breath in. Exhale, put down the heels. Press into the heels. Rise up tall. Inhale. Hinge from the hips, fold forward. Exhale. Firming the abdomen, crown comes down. Hands to shins. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, wrists below shoulders, step back to plank. Take a breath in plank. You can go to dog or exhale, drop the knees. Bring the chest to the thumbs, come all the way down. Just one breath in cobra, but make sure the tops of the feet and hips are pressing down. Shoulders back. Inhale. Lower. Exhale. Tuck the toes under, come to your knees. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Right leg. Inhale, lift it to the sky. Exhale, step it to your hands or in that general vicinity. Spin the back heel down. Angle the left toes out towards the top corner of your mat. Back leg is straight, back heel is grounded, right knee and toes point forward. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Hold for the exhale. Check out how the front knee feels. Check out how the back heel is pressing, stretching, strengthening. Inhale, grow a little taller. Exhale, hands to the ground, right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Inhale, right foot to the earth. Exhale, down dog. Other side, left leg. Inhale, lift it to the sky. Exhale, step it forward to your hands. Turn the back heel down slightly. Right toes angle to the top corner of the mat. Knees over the ankle, back heel flat. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Hold on the exhale. Track the knee forward, big toe visible. Feel the right calf lengthening, press through the heel. Inhale, grow a little taller. Exhale, fold. Left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Inhale, take it to the sky. Exhale, release the foot to the earth. Once again, we take 3 deep breaths. You can be in down dog. You can be in child's pose. You can be in reverse shavasana. 3 deep breaths in your posture of choice. Noticing the heat and the work that you're doing in your body. Maybe noticing things opening up. Breathe. Excellent. One more breath in whatever posture you've taken, and then we'll meet in down dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Making your way to down dog. If you need more time in a resting position, take as much time as you need. We are in down dog. With an inhale, lift up the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Step to your hands. Inhale, fold, exhale. From here, step your feet hips distance apart if they're not already there. We're coming into a different variation of squat to work the thighs, to work the knees, instability once again, but just a little bit different take on it. So with your feet hips distance apart, send your hips back behind you and let your abdomen kind of rest right in between or right on top of your thighs. This kind of depends on your thigh to torso ratio here. Now you can keep your hands on the floor or on blocks for balance, but if it's available, bring hands to heart. Eyes should be down and forward so you're not straining your neck. Then just lift your toes. So everything else stays on the ground, just lift your toes off the floor. Feel the arches of the feet working. And then without actually moving your feet, try to spread the mat apart lightly between your feet. So it's an isometric action of pulling the mat apart. You should feel the arches of your feet rise. You should feel a lot of action happening around your thighs, but knees are behind toes over ankles, butt is back behind you. So we're doing tons of strengthening for the muscles around the knees. This is a lot of work. Take a breath in. Exhale, release, hands to the floor, crown of the head lowers. You might want to straighten out the legs a little bit as you relax your head down. Beautiful. You can step your feet a little closer together if you prefer. Hands to shins. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, wrists below shoulders. Step back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, knees to the floor, chest to the thumbs, lower to the belly. You can skip this and go to down dog if you prefer. Press the tops of the feet and hips flat. Shoulders roll back. Inhale, lift to cobra. Exhale to lower. Good. Tuck the toes under. Inhale, come to your knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Back to that 3-legged dog, but then we're going to change it up yet again. Inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, step the right foot between your hands. Wiggle it up there as needed. Now spin the back heel down deeply. Heel to arch alignment. Angle the back toes just a little bit to the top of your mat. Back leg is straight. Front knee is bent, knees over the ankle or slightly behind it. We're coming to warrior 2. So with an inhale, windmill up, open your body up to the long edge of your mat. Check to see that your right kneecap and toes are pointing the same direction. So again, you don't want the knee wiggling in, wiggling out, knees and toes pointing forward. And again, knee stacks over the ankle or behind it. So if you're feeling pressure in your knee, back off a little bit. There's no rule in yoga that says you must have a 90-degree angle behind your knee and your thigh must be parallel. It can be off a little bit, totally fine. And for most people, better this way. Firm through the back heel, elongate the calf muscles, arms shoulder height, gaze to the right fingertips, and breathe. Now, from here we can see our right knee. When we take our eyes off the knee, sometimes the knee has a little mind of its own. So take a quick glance at it, feel it, knees and toes pointing forward, keep it there. Left hand down, right palm up, reverse your warrior without changing the alignment of the right knee. So as you reach back behind you,
Keeping the back leg straight and strong. See if you can feel with your mind where the right knee is. Do you feel a little twinge? Maybe it moved a little bit. You can always take a little peek. Oh, well, it moved. Move it back. Keep it where it is, over the ankle or behind it, tracking straight forward through the toes. Take a nice big inhale. As you exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the ground. Square the left toes, and we're going to take a little twist. We haven't done really any twisting today, so just a little bit of a twist. Stay on the balls of the back toes. Left hand stays down. Slowly take your right arm up to the sky. Now, as you do this, oftentimes what happens for a lot of people is the lower body dips, and this right knee spins to the right and the left heel spins to the left. See if you can change nothing from that lunge. So stay on the balls of the back toes so the back heel points to the ceiling. The knee tracks forward as you take the rotation just in the torso. So if you need to back off of your twist a little bit to make that happen, go for it. Keep the lower body stable, keep that right knee in position. Take another big inhale. Exhale to unwind. Three-legged dog, right leg up and back. Inhale, reach it to the sky. Exhale, right foot to earth, down dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out, and we'll do the other side. Three-legged dog, left leg. Inhale, lift it to the sky. Exhale, step it between your hands, nudging it up there as needed. Turn the back heel down deeply, heel to arch, angle the right toes in slightly to the top of your mat. Left knee is bent over the ankle or behind it. Back leg is straight and strong. Inhale, windmill up, warrior two. Open to the long edge of your mat. Good. So again, taking a little time here to focus on knee alignment. Knees and toes pointing forward, over the ankle or behind it. Back leg is straight and strong. And you might be able to go deeper into one side than you can on the other. And that's pretty normal for one of our hips to be a little bit more open or a little stronger than the other. So whatever you need to do on this side to find strength and comfort, which might mean no discomfort, find it and breathe. Awesome. Now take that little mental snapshot of where your left knee is, pointing forward, glue it there. Right hand down, left palm up. Slowly reverse your warrior without changing the alignment of your left knee. So if you start to feel twinges or anything weird or too much work, you might notice that the knee moved. Move it back. Keep your back leg straight. Remember, your back leg will take some of the work out of the front leg. So keep this back leg working strong as well. Heel pressing, thigh engaging. Excellent. Take a big inhale. Exhale, cartwheel fingertips to frame left foot. Come on to the balls of the right toes. Find this lunge with the knee over the ankle or behind it, on the balls of the back toes, heel pointing to the ceiling. Now, without changing this alignment, right hand down, slowly begin to take your left arm out to the side, and notice if you kind of dump off to the right side of your body. See if you can prevent that by keeping this right quadricep strong, pushing out through the sole of the right foot, heel points to the ceiling, keeping the left knee from moving to the right or to the left. Keep it stacked over the ankle and find the twist in your torso. Take a big inhale. Exhale, unwind, three-legged dog. Inhale, reach it up to the sky, give it a stretch. Exhale, foot to the earth, down dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Doing great, everybody. Inhale, lift up the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step to your hands, opposite foot every time. Inhale, fold, exhale. We're going through that sequence one more time. And pick up the pace a little bit. Add in one challenge. Separate your feet hips distance or slightly wider. Keep them parallel. Bend the knees, hips back behind you. Spine is parallel to the earth. Abdomen resting on or in between thighs. Hips are back, knees are behind. Toes over ankles. Spread the mat between your feet without moving your feet. Hands to heart, or here's the extra challenge, arms forward. Fingertips stretching forward, hips resisting back. Squeeze the navel to the spine, spread the mat between your feet, and breathe. For 3, 2, 1. Release, hands to the floor. Lift your hips if that feels good. Spine and neck relax. You can wiggle your feet a little closer in if that feels better. Hands to shins. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, wrists below shoulders, step to plank. Take a breath in plank, dog, or exhale, knees to the floor, chest to the thumbs, lower to the ground. Point your toes, tops of the feet, hips press, shoulders back. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes under, press to your knees. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Right leg to the sky. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step it forward to your hands. Turn the back heel down. Back toes angled in slightly. Right knee bent, back leg straight. Keep the knee where it is. Rise. Inhale, warrior two. Chest is open. Exhale, check right knee alignment. Keep it there. Left hand down, right palm up. Reverse. Inhale, we're holding for the exhale. Push into the left heel. Left leg is strong. Right knee stays in alignment. Take another big inhale. Stretch a little more. Exhale, cartwheel, fingertips, frame right foot. Come onto balls of left toes. Left heel points to the ceiling. Right knee stays in alignment. Left hand down, right hand up. Inhale, keep the lower body stable. Exhale. Take another breath in. Exhale, unwind. Three-legged dog, right leg to the sky. Inhale, give it a stretch. Exhale, right foot to earth, down dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out, and we'll do the other side. Left leg, inhale, lift it to the sky. Exhale, step it to your hands, adjust as needed. Turn the back heel down, angle the right toes just slightly in, keep the left knee bent. Warrior two. Inhale, rise up, open to the long edge of your mat. Exhale, check to see the left knee, over ankle, behind it, pointing forward. Keep it there, right hand down, left palm up. Reverse, inhale, hold for the exhale, feel the strength of the back leg. Try to keep that left knee in alignment. Inhale, stretch a little more. Exhale, cartwheel, fingertips out of side of left, either side of left foot onto balls of right toes. Firm up the right leg, right heel pointing, left knee stabilized, right hand down, left arm up. Find your twist. Again, keeping the low body stable, twisting through the upper body. Take another inhale. Exhale, unwind. Three-legged dog, left leg to the sky. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, bring your foot back to the earth, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And we're gonna come back into that reverse Shavasana if it feels good. If you want child's pose though, that's great. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Point your toes, create that pillow for your forehead, and rest. Just take 2 full deep breaths here. Just notice your body, how it feels. Now, if you're in this reverse Shavasana, we're going to take a little hip opener from here. So from here, with your belly laying flat on the floor, bend your knees, lift your feet off the floor. Now open your knees out to the sides, wiggle them out towards the sides of your mat, and bring the soles of your feet together. So your soles of your feet together like you're clapping your feet together. Then it's very possible that your tailbone just popped up towards the ceiling. Take the tailbone and press it back down. So you need to press the front of your hips into the floor. Your glutes need to do a little bit of work here to prevent the tailbone from popping. Keep it pressing down. Now, this is a ton of work for me, and this is about where I need to stay. Those of you who have more openness in the front of your hips, keep the front of the hips pressing into the floor, the tailbone from popping, and maybe start to lower your feet towards the floor, keeping the knees apart and soles of the feet together like they're clapping. This is about as far as I can go. I've got tons of resistance. I literally can't go any further without my butt popping up towards the sky. So I'm going to stay right here. But again, some of you may get your feet to the floor, and that's perfectly awesome. Everybody's bodies are a little bit different. We're all shaped differently. Our bones are put together differently. So wherever you're at is awesome. Forehead resting, breath is deep. And again, come back to that breath that we established at the very start of class, where when you're inhaling, you're feeling your belly, your diaphragm press into the earth. Use that resistance as strengthening. And as you exhale, let it go. Keep the glutes continuously working though, so that the tailbone isn't popping off the floor. One more nice big breath in. And one more nice deep breath out. And then release the soles of the feet apart. Bring your legs long. You'll probably need to wiggle your legs back in a little bit closer so that they're not quite to the top, the outer sides of your mat rather. And then from here,
Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Slowly press to a hands and knee position, just enough so that you can drop your hips to one side and flip your legs around so that you're facing the top of your mat with your legs extended. Nice, everybody. From here, untuck your sit bones, just getting that extra flesh maybe out of the way a little bit so you can be sitting right up nice and tall, lifting your crown up to the sky. Open your right leg a little wide, just a hair to the right. Bend the left knee, and then open up the knee to bring the heel to the inner thigh. Now, if you have a knee injury, you've had surgery, you have a knee replacement, this deep flexion in the knee might literally not be available to you. And if that's the case, just get this leg out of the way and keep it straight. We're going to be taking a forward fold over this extended right leg, but there's nothing to say that you have to bend that knee. If you are bending the knee, it's important that the opening is actually coming from the hip, not the knee. So you just want the knee to close like a hinge and let the external rotation, the opening happen in this left hip. As you shift your spine out over your extended leg, pull toes to nose, a bend in the knee, totally acceptable. Inhale, arms to the sky, firm the belly. Exhale, lengthen out over that extended leg. You do not need to touch your foot. You can grab the ankle, the calf, or the thigh instead. Inhale, pull your heart forward. Exhale, soften elbows, shoulders, chin slightly down so the back and neck is long. Keep pulling toes to nose, whether the leg is straight or knee is bent. And see if you can feel this hip opening up and the knee just closing without any strain. If there is strain, however, please back off. Breathe. Good. Extend your arms out in front of you, firm the belly. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Good. Bring the knee up, extend the leg out nice and long, and then open it just a hair open to the side. Bend the right knee. From the hip, turn the leg out to bring the heel. So again, this might work for you. It might not, and you can always just straighten the leg and get it out of the way because we're aiming out over that extended left leg now. Remember, let the opening come from the hip. The knee is just a clasp knee position. Torso over the extended leg, toes pull to nose, knee might be bent. Inhale, arms overhead, firm up the abdomen. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward, hands anywhere, leg, ankle, foot. Inhale, heart moves forward. Exhale, soften elbows, shoulders, chin. Knee can be bent, keep pulling toes to nose, heart moving forward. Breathe. Good. Extend your arms out in front of you, firming the abdomen. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Good. Move your right knee a little wider to the right. Match it with the left. Soles of the feet together. Draw your hips forward towards your heels. You can keep your hands on the floor behind you to help you stay lifted. You could reach down and grab your feet. Lift up your heart with an inhale. Soften your shoulders with an exhale. So creating opening around the hips. The more that we can bring mobilization above and below the knee joints, the happier the knees will tend to be over time. If this feels like enough, stay. If you want a little more sensation around the hips and inner thighs, inhale, lift a little taller, belly firms. Exhale, heart leads forward, shoulders pull back, chin tucks down a little. Neck is long and soft without hanging the head off the spine. Come forward to the place of sensation that you want for your body and breathe. If you folded forward, inhale, slowly rise. As you exhale, bring your hands to your outer knees. Use your hands to guide your knees back together. Wrap your arms around your shins. Tuck the chin down, squeeze the navel to the spine, and just give yourself a little hug. You're like in a cat pose that we did earlier on hands and knees. Just finding that nice rounding for the back. Good. Inhale, lift your head, your heart. Exhale, release the grip. We're coming down onto the back for a bridge pose. The setup for bridge will also have an impact on your knees.
So when you're down on your back, you want your shins to be perpendicular to the floor. If your knees are going past your ankles when we're on our back in bridge pose, there's going to be discomfort in the knees, whether your knees are healthy or not. So you want to make sure that when you lie down on your back, so you can go ahead and come down onto your back, that your heels are one of your foot's distance away from your tailbone. So most people have got feet that are somewhere between, I don't know, 5 and 10 inches long. I'm not entirely sure how that works out, but if you're short, your feet are probably smaller. If you're tall, your feet are probably a little bit bigger, but I've never seen anybody with feet that are 2 feet long or that are 1 inch long. Okay, so you don't want your heels all the way squeezed up to your butt. You also don't want your feet all the way forward towards the edge of your mat. So you want your feet to be one of your foot's distance from your sit bones, and your feet and knees to be hips distance apart, everything tracking in one direction. So toes point forward, knees point up, hip bones are pointing straight up to the ceiling. Arms along the sides of your body, framing your torso, eyes and chin to point at the sky. Begin to wiggle the shoulders just a little closer in, so you're getting that nice little lift. Now press down firmly through the feet. Feel the insides of the feet pressing as well. Push through the heels, and with an inhale, slowly lift your hips up. Go slow with this. Lift to your degree. Use your glutes to press up. Hands can stay along the sides, or they can interlace and wiggle a little closer in. Your choice, but let's focus mostly on lower body. There's a tendency for people to kind of wing out and let their insides of their feet roll open, or maybe even lift their heels or their toes. Consciously bring weight to all 4 corners of the feet. And then notice if you're feeling strain in your knees. If you are, you might want to move your feet a little closer, or a little further away from you rather. If you do that and suddenly you can't lift your hips up anymore, you may have gone too far. So again, you're looking for that 90-degree angle behind the knee in this position, with the shins perpendicular to the earth. Lifting with the glutes to open up the hip flexors. One more nice big inhale. If you have a grip with your hands, let it go. And as you exhale, everybody release. Tail to the ground. Slow, 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 gentle release of the body. Bring both knees into your chest and give yourself a nice hug. Rock it out a little side to side. Let that go. And then bringing yourself to center, release the grip and place your feet on the floor. Heel and toe your feet a little wider than your hips, arms away from your body. And just like we started on our belly, now on our back, we windshield wiper back and forth, side to side. Nice, easy motion. Let the movement come from the hips. You're just rocking on the soles of your feet. Your knees just go along for the ride. So let them follow rather than lead the movement. Let the movement originate right from the center of your body, right around the torso. Nice, everybody. One more windshield wiper, nice and slow, side to side. Make sure you finish on the opposite side than which you started. So if you started to the right, make sure your last one is to the left. And then bring yourself to center. Then stretch one leg out at a time, out and along the floor in front of you. And then extend your arms overhead and give yourself a nice full body stretch. Reach through the fingers, reach through the toes. Inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, relax and bring your arms down along the sides of your body, palms facing up. We're coming into Shavasana. Make sure the upper back and shoulders are flat. If you like legs extended and relaxed, stay. If you prefer bent knee, knees knocked together, feet a little apart for more lower back support, take it. If you find that props underneath your knees was amazing, you're welcome to bring something underneath your knees. Find a place in your body where you have comfort, where you have stability, and where you can start to let go. So closing your eyes, start to let go of your breathing and just allow it to flow effortlessly. Letting the exhales relax your body. So relaxing the body is difficult. Letting go of the body is a little difficult, just allowing it to be supported by the earth.
But letting go of the mind is even a little bit more challenging. So as you rest here in Shavasana and continue to let go of the breath and let go of the body, see if you can start letting go of the mind, attaching no energy to the thoughts that come up. Let them float in and let them float right out again. Giving them nothing more than a passing glance, so that you just take a few moments out of your day to do nothing, to let the body rest, to let the breath be free and easy, to let the mind rest, thinking no thoughts, or at least not attaching any energy to them. Enjoy being and breathing. There'll be a few moments of silence, then my voice will start to guide you out. If you have a little more time to stay and rest, I encourage you to do so. Enjoy this time and breathe. If you can stay a little longer, I definitely encourage you to do so. But if you're ready, begin to bring your attention back to your body and back to your breath. Let your breath start to deepen. Let some calm energy begin to flow back in. When you are ready, slowly roll to your right side. Give yourself a few moments here for transition. And then as you're ready, slowly begin to bring yourself up to find a comfortable seat. When you arrive, take a moment. Take a moment to root through the tail, to extend through the crown, to relax your shoulders. Let's finish with a big breath together. Bring your arms out to the sides, and with an inhale, reach the arms up to the sky, palms join. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Namaste. Thank you all so very much. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks, everybody.